Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, watching me. I was shy. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. This lesson is going to be touching on friends, or do you have this spirit or do you not have this spirit? All right, I'm going to be talking about being selfless and being a true friend or being an enemy, a person that's all about their wants and needs, okay? This is Iraq chapter. I'm going to actually read this verse. It says, Bernie Mac once said, money attracts females you want, struggle attracts the women you need. All right, but I'm not going to be talking about women. It's just, it goes along with the topic. So, Sirach, chapter 12 and 8, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. All right, so you won't necessarily know who your friend once you're prospering, while you're prospering. It's just like, you look at celebrities. Celebrities have all these friends, right? But a celebrity can't know who their friend is if they're prospering, okay? Because a lot of people, they go for their own wants, for their own needs, okay? So when they see somebody they can take from, they'll go to that person. Somebody they can get something from, they'll go to that person. So you won't necessarily know if if you're in a position of prosperity, or, if you have something somebody wants from you, you won't know if this is your friend or not until adversity. All right, say you don't have it anymore, or say they can't get it from you anymore, they can't get whatever they want anymore. That's when you know if this person your friend or not. Okay. Proverbs 17:17, a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. All right, that's a real friend. A friend is born for adversity. All right, when you're in low times, you're in need of something, that friend is gonna be there. But your enemy is the one that just takes from you. All right. And when you don't have, when they can't get anything from you anymore, they're not around. You won't hear from them. You won't hear from them. They won't check up on you. They don't care for you anymore because they can't take anything from you. All right. So let's say, simple thing, borrowing money. Okay. You may have a friend, well, you think it's your friend. They may need money. All right, you're giving this person money, whatever they need. All right. Say you don't have it one day. This person never talks to you again. That's not your friend. It'll be very clear that they're not your friend. They just wanted to get something from you. Okay. They're not around anymore. They don't ask how you're doing. They don't check and see if you're all right. It's just they was only around when they can get something from you. And this doesn't have to necessarily be money. It can be anything. I'm just thinking of something anybody can relate to, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people has been through that before. All right, so that's not a true friend. Okay, they're not around anymore because they can't get anything from you anymore. All right. So like I said, it says you should want what you need slash what's good for you. Okay. Because it says, Bernie Mac says, money attracts females you want. Really, you shouldn't want those type of women in the first place. You should want the things that you need, the things that's good for you. So same thing when it goes into friends. Sometimes it's hard to see. Okay, sometimes it's hard to see. But, we gotta, want what's good for us. We need to pray to the Heavenly Father to protect us from the vanity, from the lies, from our enemies. All right. Sirach chapter 6 and 7. I think I'm gonna go into the chapter a little bit. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. And I have my apocrypha right here, so I'm gonna read some more. It says, verse 8, for some man is a friend for his own occasion, it will not abide in the day of thy trouble. Let me make sure I'm recording. All right. It says, I'm going to read it again. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, It will not abide in the day of thy trouble. So like I said, it's that friend that's, they're only so-called a friend for their own benefit, right? So they only around, or they only, texting you when they can get something out of you. All right, they only checking up on you when they can get something out of you. They only trying to come around when they can get something out of you. But when they can't get that thing, whatever it is, out of you anymore, they're not your friend. They're nowhere to be found. They go ghost, okay? It says, let me see. I'm going to go to 10. It says, again, some friend is a companion at the table. It will not continue in the day of thy affliction. All right, so they're around when everything is going well. But when there's affliction, they, like I said, they go away. They're nowhere to be found. I'm going to skip verse 12. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee and will hide himself from thy face. Just like what I was saying, all right? 13. Separate thyself from thy enemies and take heed of thy friends. All right. Verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such, and one hath found a treasure. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Sirach. What is that? Sirach chapter 37. I'm gonna open it up in here. This is Sirach 37, in verse 1. It says, every friend saith, I am his friend also, but there is a friend which is only a friend in name. So they're only a friend in name and not in deed. All right. Just like the Lord was saying, these people honor me with their mouth, but their hearts are far from me. Same thing with us. There's people that say they're your friend. They do the lip service. Oh, brother or sister. They call you brother or sister, but their deeds not showing that they're really a friend. And the scripture tell you to beware of, of that too. Let me see. I'm just go to it. There's a lot of Sirach, chapter 11. No, it's 12. It's 12. Let me see. Sirach chapter 12 and 8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hid. Well, I already read that before. Verse 10 says, never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You see. 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Okay. 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. All right. So that's that's wicked. That's wicked as hell, and it's very sneaky. They can pretend as if they're helping you and be like, oh, brother, sister, all this sweet talking, this lip service. But their deeds, they're not showing the true deeds of a friend. Okay. They can do a lot of, sweet talking, and they can deceive you, They can deceive you. You can think this person is sincere when they're not. You got to really pay attention to the fruits, to the deeds. All right. So this person can act like they're your friend, but they're not. All right. And if you get that, which I had to learn, man, you get that spirit on you, you got to trust it, man. Especially if you got the evidence. Things are looking a certain way. And the Lord put that spirit on you. Like, man, this something ain't right about this person. You need to trust that. You may not see it. You might not see it right now, but you will see it later. You don't want to, you don't want to get too deep into it where it's too late, and they do a lot of harm to you. You want to listen to that right now. You want to pray to the Lord. Make sure it's a good spirit, because you can get evil spirits on you that'll give you an evil judgment of somebody, the evil suspicion of somebody, and you don't want that. All right, so you want to pray to the Lord, make sure this, is of Him, and open a book and see if, things are lining up. Is this person doing this? Is this person acting like this? Are they not acting like this? And that's how you will know, is this a friend or not? If they literally doing the things I've been reading, the things the Lord been warning us about, get away from that person. All right? Get away from that person. Even though, like it says, the enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. And verse 11 says, though he humble himself and go crouching, it says, yet take good heed and beware of him. Okay? Because a lot of people can be good with their words. They can they can do the sweet talking and things like that, and they can change the pitch of their tone, their voice, the tone of their voice. They can make it sound humbling, especially with women. A woman can talk all soft, gentle. Take heed of that though. So what do I want to grab? Go back to, what was I, 37? Yes, Sirach 37, verse 1. Every friend saith, I am his friend also, but there's a friend which is only a friend in name. Verse 4. There is a companion which rejoiceth in the prosperity of a friend, but in the time of trouble will be against him. All right. So it's that friend, that so-called friend. Oh yeah. And I think I forgot who went into this, like winning a lottery. Somebody won a lottery. And then people all around them, they cheering and stuff like this. Oh yeah, we just won a lottery. All right. But this person hasn't been around already. They haven't actually been a friend. They just around for prosperity. They say, oh, this person just wants some money. I'm trying to get some of that. And really, they haven't been a friend. Probably don't even know the person. All right. But let's say this person loses his money, or this woman loses her money. They like, oh, nah. They disappear. They don't have nothing to do with that person. All right. Whenever they can't get anything out of this person anymore, they're not around. They're not a friend. They have nothing to do with this person because they can't get anything out of them. They don't care for this person. All right. Verse 5. There's a companion which helpeth his friend for the belly and taketh up the buckler against the enemy. Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches. So you don't want to so-called prosper and then forget your friends. Start, acting funny towards your friends. You don't want to disregard your friends because you so-called prospering, or you got what you wanted. Every counselor is counsel, but there is some that counsel for himself. Right? Beware of a counselor and know for what need he had, for he will counsel for himself, lest he cast a lot upon thee. All right. So there's some people, they'll come to you for counsel about something, and they're not being sincere. They just, it's something they want out of it. All right. You got to be aware of that also. And also, you got to be careful when you go to certain people for counsel. All right, because you can go to somebody for counsel, and they're going to give you bad advice on purpose because they want to see you fall. or they don't want to see you have something so-called good. All right, so they'll give you, bad advice because they're envious. All right, so part of this lesson, my question is: Are you selfless? Are you a sincere friend? And Philippians 2:4 says, "This is a trait." It says, "Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others." And I got the NOT in case it's hard to understand. It says, "Don't look out only for your own interests, but take an interest in others too." So, are you a person to do this? Do you look out for yourself, or do you look out for other people? Are you selfless? You know, Scripture say, to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. But also, when dealing with your brothers and sisters, are you a selfless person, or are you selfish? You only worried about yourself. You only in for your own interest, your own benefit. You're trying to leech from people. You're trying to take from people, and then you know when you can't take from people anymore, you're nowhere to be found. You're not being a brother or sister anymore. Is this you? All right. So I'm gonna grab. I think I'm gonna grab one more and close out. What was I gonna grab? I was gonna grab John. Was it 15? John 15:11 says, "These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that you might, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you." All right. So Yahushua treated us as friends. He laid down his life for us. All right. And this could be a physical level, a spiritual level. All right. You can lay down your life for your friends physically, and you also do it spiritually. All right. That goes into being selfless. Not worried about your own interests, but being selfless. All right. Let's see. Forgot what chapter it was. So lucky. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 1. "Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual restore, such as one in a spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted." And this is what I really want to get verse 2. "Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of a Mashiach." All right. So I'm going to close out with that. Giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashem Rakakadash. Shalom.